start me to talking, I'll tell everything I know. I'm gonna break up this signal fight, 'cause somebody's got to go.
This brings us to item 15, public council comments. Is there anybody in the public wishing to comment at this time? Anything that came to your mind? Yes. Please state your name and address for the record. You'll have 3 minutes. When you have 60 seconds left, you'll see a green button. 30 seconds is yellow, and red is please wrap up. Yes.
Skinner, 1463, Conference Circle here. The only comment I can make is that we've been listening to you tonight, that those of us that have been sitting in the backpack area have had a hard time hearing you. Either the speaker systems are not set properly, or it's not volume enough. We just cannot hear back in there at all. So I would like to have Bill or somebody take a look and see if there's a way maybe putting more speakers in, or getting them in different positions or something like this. We'd like to listen to hear what's going on, but we just can't understand what it is. And sometimes it seems like it's a little bit garbled as well, so you might want to have to take a look at that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Skinner. Any other public comment at this time? Going on? Yes, please come forward. Please state your name and address for the record. 3 minutes. When the green button is on, it's 60 seconds, yellow is 30 seconds, and red is please wrap up.
Okay, my name is Floyd Churchill, 1758 McLeod Circle. Two comments related to each other. First, back shortly after we had the house fire where the engine had difficulty getting down the street because of the traffic, I addressed the council at that time raising a concern both from the perspective of fire safety and individual child safety with parking on both sides of the street, particularly several of the narrower streets. My daughter lives in this community and lives on one of those streets. I have a personal history that goes back when I was a child. My dad was driving down a similar street and hit a child that darted out in between the cars. There was no way to see them. We've got lots of children in these neighborhoods. It is very, very dangerous. I've spoken to the fire chief twice on this, and he told me after that that he had been requested to prepare a report for you folks on recommendations for streets that because of how narrow they were that they should be limited to one side. I'm assuming since he's a quality individual that report was provided to you. There's been no action that I can see where anything's been done, so I would be interested in hearing, was the report done? If so, did it recommend streets to be made parking on one side? And what action have you or have you not taken to cause that to happen? My concern is that it's going to happen immediately after the next time we have a fire and there's a tragedy and somebody's home is damaged or destroyed, and then it creates a crisis, which is the classic way governments move, and I would hope you would choose to be proactive rather than reactive. Finally, it's just a quick comment to you on your levies for the fire department. My default position is no, because I know I don't know enough to know enough. And I would encourage you to think outside the box, and the way that I would really feel comfortable I would strongly suggest you consider the idea of hosting a debate and have the people that are advocates for the position that you take, and then allow people who are knowledgeable and concerned in the community or outside the community that can provide viable alternatives, and then allow them debate in a courteous, professional manner, and then let me and other citizens listen. Because right now, knowing that I don't know enough to know enough, I believe that you can prove to me by charts and graphs that an elephant can fly. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to do anything with it, and until I have the chance to listen to both sides of the argument and weigh and consider the merits of both sides, I will assume that the presentation made by your advocates are precisely that and will be unconvincing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask our city administrator to please schedule with me a follow-up with Mr. Churchill. Thank you. Is there anybody else in the public wishing to comment on any item? Yes, please come forward. Please state your name and address for the record.
Mariah Pierce, 1848 Miller Drive. One of the things that I'm going to point out to the people that are unable to attend this meeting is I think it's very important that this was pointed out a while back, but if everybody goes to the website and looks at the consent agenda and goes to the payroll information and they go to the departmental payroll, overtime for the fire department is this time around $4,500, possibly a 2-week period. I'd like to point out that we have paid firefighters sitting in our council chambers, and we yet complain that they don't have enough time to train, they can't go out and do public education, and things like that, yet we pay them to come sit at a council meeting. So I just like you guys to once again, think about this. Yes, I do know that the fire department's right across the street and they can respond, but it's just not very, to me, it's not good PR. So just thought I'd put that out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the public wishing to comment on any item? Please come forward. Please state your name and address for the record.
I'm Gary Allen, and it's 2603 MacArthur Street. From reading this, it looks like it kind of steers to one side again, to the professional side. When you do your survey, you could probably do a free survey, send out a card to people so you could send back and ask if people would volunteer. Ask, unless you're scared to find out. Ask some questions like that. Do they want a combination department? I think that would work, and that's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else in the public wishing to comment on any item? Going once, going twice.